This week is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin joins us now to talk about lightning. I know it's something that people don't always take seriously, but they should, Jen.
They really should. I mean, each and every year, Jenny, we see dozens and dozens of people who are actually fatally killed because of a lightning strike. And if you're wondering who those people might be, maybe top of mind would be a golfer, but that's not the case. Actually, fishermen, people that are out in the water, seem to be the ones that attract the lightning a little bit more. So keep that in mind. And the months that we do see some of the higher numbers on that, usually between June and July and on Saturdays, which is probably not a surprise considering a lot of us are out and about on the weekends. Well, we've been talking about this all week long, and this is day 4 of Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we're talking about lightning. The thing about storms is that we've been mentioning is that this warm air from the surface gets drawn up. It's moist, and so that's what helps the storms to grow. But then we start getting this cooler air, and it really starts the circulation throughout the entire storm. Eventually, we get those raindrops. They form into frozen drops, which become hail, and everything inside of that storm is kind of colliding as everything is circulating up and down. So eventually, there's just a spark that ignites throughout the entire storm cloud. And that's what starts generating the lightning all the way from the top to the bottom. So we're talking about those positive charges, which are generally at the top of the storm cloud, the negative charges at the bottom. But again, this is how lightning generally forms. Now, when you look at the overall impact, each and every storm actually has lightning in it. Some of it's cloud to cloud, some of it's cloud to ground. But keep in mind that sort of step leader, that first lightning bolt that comes out of the storm, is basically invisible, so you don't see it. And so that's why we have a lot of concerns with people and try to tell them and remind them, if you hear something and you hear thunder, you definitely want to seek shelter immediately. So to give you some of those main tips on what you should be doing during this severe storm season, and again, lightning does not make a storm severe, but every storm produces lightning. So when thunder roars, go indoors. And this is just really a good reminder for all those kiddos, especially if you're at a ballpark or even at a swimming pool. There's a lot of detection nowadays when you go to any of these events, and a lot of people know that you wait 30 minutes before you go back outside. The other thing is you never want to stand under a tree. You don't want to be under the tallest thing. And you also want to make sure that you bring in your 4-legged pets so that they're not outside when storms are developing across the area. The other thing that's kind of interesting too is that lightning is hotter than the sun's surface. We're talking 5 times hotter than the sun's surface, 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, it's for a brief second, but enough that obviously we've seen some people killed by lightning. Again, when you look at the overall numbers, they're pretty impressive too for Nebraska and Iowa. More than 700 lightning strikes on average occur every year here in the state. In Iowa, just a little bit under that, about 680,000. In general, though, for the entire country, for the United States, we talk about 25 million lightning strikes occur every year. So again, as we're winding down our Severe Weather Awareness Week, we've got one more day. Tomorrow is our day for talking about flooding, obviously something that is top of mind for a lot of folks considering what we went through last year. Jen